Hey everybody, Brigham Harris here. Let's talk a little bit about the weather. It's been a pretty interesting past couple of days. If you're from the Rogue Valley, you woke up to some pretty cold weather, some pretty cold temperatures, but hey, that's some of the price we pay for some of the beautiful valley views that we get. Speaking of that cold temperature, let's take a look over our area there, the Pacific Ocean. We can see a huge low pressure system. Honestly, I really like to look at the clouds, and I think a lot of people like to look at the clouds from the ground and try to, make pictures out of them or decide what they are. This one kind of looks like an elephant's trunk to me. Let me just turn on our 10 to 11-year-old brains and just look at this awesome low pressure system. It's an elephant's trunk right here, really just brewing out over British Columbia. We are going to be getting most of this storm from the south, so the front that's going to be bringing us this weather is going to be coming from the south, so it's not going to be as cold as it could be, but we definitely are going to be getting some of that cloud cover, some precipitation, depending on what elevation you're at. Also some snow and rain in the coming future. So this is what we've been seeing over the past few hours. Some pretty good cloud cover over the general area and some rain snow mixture over the higher elevations of the California-Oregon border down there near Crescent City. We do have a couple of winter weather storm watches and advisories to talk about, so we'll get to that in just a minute. But as far as our pinpoint forecast, this is what we have to expect early tomorrow morning. Lots of rain over the coast is in our forecast. We have been seeing a couple inches of rain over Brookings and other coastal cities, but that is only going to continue, honestly, as we progress through the weekend. Now, this is tomorrow in the afternoon, about 1 o'clock, and as we move forward, it's honestly just the coastal cities that's going to be getting most of this action. Lots of this front is bringing precipitation to the coastal areas, and as you can see, not too much east of the Cascades. Those lower elevations are going to be seeing some rain, maybe a little bit of snowfall there, Mount Shasta and around Mount Ashland, so that's good news. But really, east of the Cascades will not get too affected by this coming front that we have coming our way. Now, in the next 48 hours is what we have to expect for rainfall. There, Brookings is where we're going to see it the most. I'll step out of the way, you can see. And it's honestly, as the colors change, that just means we're going to be getting more and more precipitation out there. Crescent City, Brookings, those coastal cities are really going to be getting it the next 48 hours. And where they won't be getting rain, they'll be getting snow. So you can see the very bottom of your screen there, Mount Shasta with the purple and white. That's really a whole lot of snow. That's 1.5 to 2 feet of snow, but not a whole lot north of the border. Mount Ashland will get quite a bit, Crater Lake as well, but not like what we got last week where we saw snow falling in Brookings. Now, as I said before, we have some watches and warnings to look out for. We have multiple flood area aerial flood watches. That means just a whole lot of rainfall going to be coming down at a very short amount of time. Winter weather advisories for Jackson, Josephine, and Klamath counties, and then winter storm warnings. That is for the northern part of California in our area. So just be very careful when out on the roads. That yellow out there in East Klamath County, that's actually a wind advisory. So the combination of all those really just makes for some adverse driving conditions. Now tonight for the coast, expect again rain and rain tomorrow. That's going to be an existing trend that we'll see when we're talking about the coast, but the temperatures don't seem to dip too low. Last weekend they were in the 40s and even the 30s. This week not too bad. Speaking of temperatures, West Valley is kind of the same thing. That's a chance of rain and snow mixture tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures still not getting too bad, just below freezing for most parts. And then east of the Cascades, Crater Lake, the high tomorrow is going to be freezing at 32 degrees. Everywhere else staying pretty mild, a little chillier than normal, but still not too bad when all things are considered. Rogue Valley 7-day forecast is what we have to expect. Getting pretty cold down to 44 degrees midweek. We are going to be expecting some precipitation Monday and early Tuesday, as we talked about. Same thing with Klamath Basin. Not quite as much precipitation, but there is that chance of snow since they are east of the Cascades and at higher elevations. Northern California, this is what you can expect. Quite a bit of precipitation as well because you see Crescent City, other coastal cities there in Northern California could be getting some moisture in the air. And off to the coast, pretty mild temperatures, as we said, compared to last week. Will get a little chillier at the nighttime when it gets later in, closer to the weekend. Speaking of that, there will be some sunshine to enjoy.